Welcome to another live stream of Roll Up a Pour Up. So get your blunts rolled and your drink poured. Tap in, tap the fuck in. Y'all know what it is. Here we go. Let's get it. Tap in, tap the fuck in. Now look, right? This one gonna be about Julio Foolio, suspect, right? One of his suspects that killed him. This fool want to represent himself on the murder case. Tap in, tap the fuck in. Davion Murphy, out his motherfucking shit. Think he about to go up against them people by himself. Tap in, tap the fuck in. Let me tell you something, right? I know that representing yourself sometimes sound good because it's your case and you know how to go about it. But when you up against them people, you don't got no fight. Tap in, tap the fuck in. You the one that's in their custody. So what make you think that you gonna stand up to them and tell them that they wrong and they gonna go ahead and find you not guilty and let you out? Tap in, tap the fuck in. Sometimes you just gotta learn how to lay down. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take that time. You just gotta man up. It is what it is. Tap in, tap the fuck in. Now I ain't mad at him. I know he fighting for his life, but he know it's over. Tap in, tap the fuck in. All right, so this how we gonna start this, right? Julio Foolio. Y'all know who he is. He was a Florida rapper. You know what I'm saying? He was doing his thing. He was blowing up, and he was dissing the dead a lot. Now y'all all know this dissing the dead shit came from Chicago. When I was growing up, I ain't know nothing about dissing the dead. That was not a thing. So I'm gonna tell you like this: in Detroit, we don't diss the dead, and a lot of people all over the country don't do that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, that was some Chicago shit. You know what I'm saying? So basically, these other cities inheriting that Chicago shit by dissing the dead. You know what I'm saying? That's just total disrespect. That's just something you don't do. But evidently, you got people out here that got to diss the dead for some notoriety. You know what I'm saying? They do it because it make them look tough. It make them look hard, like they really out here doing something by dissing dead people, dissing people that's not here anymore, dissing people that can't defend themselves. You know, I never really got the whole gist of that, but I mean, you know, different strokes for different folks. So Fulio was dissing a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And usually when rappers be dissing people, it usually end up to their demise. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's a God curse, you know, to be dissing the people that he put to rest, or if it's just, you know, you dissing dead people and they people gonna come back and spin the block on your ass. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but usually rappers that diss people, this be their end result. So with Fulio, right? He dissing people, he blowing up, all of this shit, right? Okay. Well, he ended up getting shot, right? He got shot in the foot or some shit. I don't know how many times he got shot, but I know one of the bullets struck his foot, fucked this shit up, right? So he did an interview with Say Cheese. Say Cheese was basically telling him, with Shine Cotton from Say Cheese. Shine Cotton basically was telling him, you know, leave that life alone, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a chance, you know? Well, he didn't take that, you know. That wasn't his thing. He still wanted to be out here on the grid on that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And when God give you a chance, sometimes you just gotta take that shit. Even if you looked at as a pussy, a hoe ass nigga, blah blah blah, whatever, man, fuck all of that, man. You know, if you get shot, you need to go sit down. Cause everybody don't live from gunshots. You know what I'm saying? So if you got shot one time, go ahead and sit down. Even if it was just one bullet, sit your ass down, get out the game. Because that's your warning that you keep on doing this, your ass is gonna be dead. Think about how many people you know they got shot one time and they dead and gone. So if it happened to you and you live, take that for granted. Take that for granted. Well, don't take that for granted. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's what dog did. He took you for granted. You know what I'm saying? So he was still out here on that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Still dissing people, still talking his shit, right? Well, he decided to have him a birthday party out in, what was it, in Tampa, Florida. You know what I'm saying? I think he from Tallahassee or some shit, whatever. Wherever he from, the city he from was like 2 or 3 hours from the city he had his party at, right? Okay, so he out there partying it up, going live, you know, showing everybody where he at. It's his birthday, blah, 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 right? The worst shit you could do as a street nigga, especially a street nigga that got a name out here. You a celebrity now. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no way you should be documenting where you at, especially in your own state where you got beef at. Now, if you halfway across the country, that's one thing. You still shouldn't be doing that anyway. But even if you halfway across the country, that's one thing. This fool did this shit in his same fucking state. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas can't travel. This is the same state, bro. You know? So anyway, that's what he did. He had his party, you know, at this hotel or some shit, whatever he did. You know, I'm pretty sure some of y'all seen the video. I seen the video. You know what I'm saying? Dog was just going live, showing everybody where he at. You know what I'm saying? Doing the most for nothing. So anyway, after the party is over with, he go get in the car with his boys. They pull off. As they pulling off, the motherfucking shooters run up. Blah, 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 blah. Blew that bitch up, right? Killed him. They only killed him. I think it was 2 other guys in the car, and they just got him. The target. They got the target. You know what I'm saying? They got the job done. They did it how they needed to do it. You know? All right, he dead and gone now. Fast forward the tape. They ended up catching his killers, right? They caught, what was it? 4 killers. The girl, Isaiah guy, Shine, Gatewright, and the 2 Murphy brothers, right? So they caught 4 of them, all at one time around the same time. They caught 4 of them, boom, right? When I seen, and they showed the video of them, you know, pulling up to the house, you know, getting these people, right? When I seen the girl come out and they said the girl was a part of the crime, I knew it was over right then and there. Let me tell you something about women, right? Women will jump out here on that tip with you. And then as soon as you get locked up, they will tell. That jail shit is not for them. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's just not for them, you know? So they had a woman involved and they brought her out the house. As soon as I seen that, I knew it was over with. I knew it was over with anyway, the way how they came to come get them. You know what I'm saying? But when that woman came out, I knew it was over with. Okay, fast forward the tape a little more. Come to find out, she pregnant. Strike number 2. You had a woman on the hit and she pregnant. Y'all done. You know what I'm saying? So they going, you know, through the court procedures, you know, following up their court dates or whatnot. One of the court dates, they playing Young and Ace music. during the court date. I don't know how they was trying to cooperate that with the situation, but they played some of his music. While they was playing his music, the guy Isaiah Chance, the skinny black guy, he in there bobbing to the music while he in court, signing guilt. You fighting for your life right now. What the fuck is you doing on the damn penitentiary stand, pretty much, sitting up there bopping to the damn music that they trying to use against you? Done deal there. Next, what they get to saying, the girl is cooperating. Of course she is. She's a woman and she's pregnant. She don't want to have her baby in jail. Like, come on, man. Truth of the matter is she could too. But just let's just be realistic. She didn't think this was gonna happen. She didn't think she was gonna get caught up. She thought this was gonna be a hit. She with the homies. She gonna get paid a couple dollars. Boom, they back to the hood. And that's exactly what happened. But here's the deal. I done told y'all before about technology. Technology only getting stronger, man. You're not getting away with them same crimes that motherfuckers was committing back in the early 2000s, back in the 90s, back in the 80s, back in the 70s. You're not getting away with that shit no more. That shit over. That time is over. So basically, these niggas played a hit from the 90s and thought they was gonna get away with it. So while Foolio basically dropping his location, these fools saddle up, they get in the cars, they travel from where they at to where Foolio at, which again was a couple hour ride. It wasn't like, it was 20, 30 minutes, on the outskirts. That shit was a couple hours away. You know what I'm saying? So they traveled there, met up with them, cooked them, right? In between that time, with a situation like that, they call it a premeditated murder. Meaning you had time to think about it before you did it. You know what I'm saying? They had a couple of hours to think about this. While they on the road driving to go meet Foolio, they got a couple of hours to think about this and say, you know what? This ain't worth it. We'd catch him on another note. Or fuck him, period. You know what I'm saying? This is how the system look at it. Like, y'all had time to think about it, and you didn't. You carried out that road trip. You got over there. When y'all got there, what y'all do? You executed the plan. So now y'all looking at the death penalty. Because y'all in a state that has the death penalty, and it was a premeditated murder. Ball business. So anyway, they went ahead and took their ride, right? They get there, they do it. Boom, they do it, they shoot back. What they do on the way back? They texting people, basically telling them that they got them, they thirst quenched, and all type of shit, right? They celebrating all type of goofy ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Again, which ain't no street nigga rule. If you gotta lay your enemies down, go lay them down, go chill out. You know what I'm saying? You don't say nothing. If anything, you don't open your mouth about it until like a couple of weeks later. You know what I'm saying? Because it's still hot. The case is still hot. Anything can happen within these first couple of weeks. So you want to lay low and keep your mouth closed until you know that case is closed or whatever the fuck the situation is. You know what I'm saying? Nah, these fools instantly hop on their phones, texting people and shit like that, right? Again, technology. So not only they already got y'all on surveillance cameras, but y'all texting off of y'all phones, which they didn't even have to text on their phones. Why? Because these 5G towers. So they could ping their phones off these towers anyway. You know what I'm saying? So even if they wasn't texting or calling nobody, they still was cooked anyway off the phones. I done said this before. In today's world, if you're gonna commit a crime, don't take a phone with you. Because your phone gonna get you in trouble. You know what I'm saying? I know you feel naked with going out doing whatever you doing without a phone, but if you out here on that tip, you can't have one of them on you. That's just the truth. You can't have that shit on you. A phone is like a police officer in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? And if you carrying this police officer in your pocket, and then you go ahead and commit a crime, guess what? That police officer in your pocket gonna slap the cuffs on your ass. It's just that damn simple. So after they do all that, they running their mouth, they telling everybody what they did, right? Okay. So Tampa police jump on the case. They jump on the case. They instantly get on the little podium. I remember all this. Before they even got them guys, they jumped on the podium. They were like, "Hey, we gonna catch them. Don't even worry about it." They already said that they was gonna get them. They had them before they even caught them. They knew who it was. They knew where to get them. They knew they had them niggas. Again, today's technology. So fast forward the tape. They go get them. They bring them in. Now they dropping evidence on them. The surveillance cameras, you know what I'm saying, at the damn hotel or whatever. Them pinging their phones. Also, the messages that they were sending out. Not only that, it was a Tesla at the scene of the crime in the parking lot. Y'all know anything about Teslas? They got cameras all around their cars, just like police cars. And on top of that, the Tesla cameras is way clearer, way better than surveillance cameras. Surveillance cameras sit up in a corner, you know, like in the corner of a building somewhere. So they get like an aerial view of things. The Tesla is a car. It sit right on the ground. So it's getting the street view of everything. So they got the aerial view and they got the street view. I seen that. I seen the Tesla camera view. It was so clear and perfect. It was crazy. You know what I'm saying? It was like it wasn't no way around it. Now, of course, they was masked up and everything, but that's the police work to figure that out, who was under that mask. But they had everything on camera. You know what I'm saying? So it was an open and shut case for them. All they had to do was take the masks off. And that's what they did. All right, so fast forward to tape. I just broke down all this technology shit and how everything happened. Now let's get into it, right? Okay. So they got the evidence on them. They got the girl talking. They pretty much cooked at this point, right? Still got one more suspect on the run. Davion Murphy, the last suspect. Well, they ended up catching this nigga. Guess where they caught him at? In the hood. Let me tell you something about street niggas. Most street niggas commit crimes and they go right back to the hood. Or they stay right in the hood, wherever they committed the crime at. Most street niggas don't got it in them to up and dip. Most of the time they don't got the money, you know, they don't got the willing to up and leave, you know, they territory, they too comfortable with where they at. So a lot of street niggas get caught in their own hood, right? Well, that's what happened with bro. He just so happened to give him a nice little run before they finally caught him, but they got his ass, right? So now they got all 5 suspects in custody. They got the evidence. They got the girl cooperating. It's a done deal. They looking at the death penalty. Well, while this is going on, one of the brothers, the Murphy brothers, he decided that he want to represent himself. This is what I said at the beginning of the video. I understand you fighting for your life, but you don't ever want to represent yourself in a court of law. Especially if you a hood nigga that don't got no type of knowledge. Just like with the presidential thing, how that's politics, the justice system is politics as well. That's why you have all these people in position to run their mouth and make the plays for your case. You just a body at this point. It's up to the judge, the prosecutor, the lawyers to run their mouth about your case. You don't open your mouth until it's time for you to get sentenced. And at that time, basically all you can say is, hey, I'm sorry for what happened. I feel remorseful. I'm sorry to the family for what I did, blah, blah, blah. That's all that the system want to hear come out your mouth. That's all that they want to hear. So you call yourself saying, fuck my lawyer, fire him, I want to represent me. You know what that do? That turn their eyebrows down like, oh yeah? That's what you want? You think you gonna run up against these well-educated people with these high degrees that been in college for 10 plus years? You think you about to go up against them coming off the block? They gonna cook your ass. You through. You know what I'm saying? They basically look at that as like a slap in the face. You know what I'm saying? You had the streets. You could have been out in the streets doing whatever you wanted to do. But you went against that. You broke the rules. So now you a part of their system. So now you got to go by what they say. And you sitting up here saying, fuck y'all, I don't care what y'all talking about. I'm going to stand up for myself. That's what you telling the system when you say, I want to represent myself. About business. Let me tell you something. Let's rewind it back to 2011 when I caught my case, right? And I'm going to keep on using my case. Every time I come with lives about cases like this, I'm gonna keep bringing up my case because, like I said before, the system is all one. Whatever state, city you in, it's all one system. So I know exactly what they're going through. You know what I'm saying? It's all one system. And I explained this before with like the worldwide search. When the police pull you over, ask for your ID or whatever, and they run your name, it's a worldwide search on your name. It's not just a search in whatever city you in. It's a whole worldwide search. Why? Because they all had the same database system. So like I said, yeah, I'm going to keep bringing up my case, and I'm going to keep using my case as an example to these other people's cases because it all cooperate. At the end of the day, no matter how you look at it. So, with their case, right? The guy want to represent himself. Now, with my case, when I told y'all this, I said I was about to take my case to trial and everything, right? Well, before I was about to go to trial, what I do? I fired 2 lawyers. You know what I'm saying? 2 or 3, I don't remember. It might have been 3, But I fired my lawyers. I got rid of them. Because what happened is when you fire your lawyers, you basically prepping yourself up to tell the system, I'm out to represent myself. These lawyers can't do nothing for me. I need to represent myself. That's what you telling the system when you fire your lawyers. You know what I'm saying? So when I fired my lawyers, I was getting ready to prep that. Like, hey, I'm representing myself. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I did tell them I wanted to represent myself. Now to think about it. And you know what they did? They shot me down. They said, nah, for your case, you got to have counsel. You don't know the laws, so you can't represent yourself. They straight told me I couldn't represent myself. I just thought about that. They did. They told me I couldn't represent myself. I had to have a lawyer for my case. Now, I don't know if that's what's going to happen with, this Foolio case. But at the end of the day, when you tell them you want to represent yourself, you giving them a slap in the face. They appoint you these attorneys for a reason. They don't want to hear you talk. They don't give a fuck what you got to say. They don't care how you try and put it that you innocent, you wasn't there, and you didn't have nothing to do with it. They don't give a fuck about none of that. They whole gist is that you are in their custody, so you are guilty. Now let's go into it, right? The saying is you innocent until proven guilty. If that's the case, then would nobody be in jail? It's the other way around. You're guilty until you proven innocent. Take it how you want. If they put you in custody for a case that they haven't found you guilty on, that means that you are guilty until you are proven innocent. Meaning they not gonna let you go until you beat your case. They'll keep your ass in the county jail for 3-4 years until your case is rendered. Give me an example, Mr. Roll Up. How about YNW Melly? That man been locked up for how long? Like 4-5 years on this case. He's guilty until proven innocent. If he was innocent until proven guilty, he'd be at home, kicked up, fighting this case from the crib. No, he is guilty until proven innocent. He done lost, what, 4 years of his life currently. You know what I'm saying? If he was innocent, he wouldn't be behind bars. At least at the year 1, they would have let him go. Like, you know what? All right, we'll let you go, but your ass still gonna come back and forth to court. No, his ass is in custody and staying in custody. And they took all his rights from him. He can't call his people or nothing. Why is that? Because you're guilty. They just haven't found you guilty yet, but you're guilty. Same thing with the Foolio case. All of those suspects that's in custody, they are guilty unless they proven innocent. But as of right now, they are guilty. That's why the SWAT team went to their house and went to go pick them up, because y'all are guilty. How they just so happen to go pick up 4-5 people and say, yeah, y'all the ones that did it. Because they're guilty. P. Diddy. He ain't been sentenced. He ain't even been in trial yet. And he locked up. Why is that? Because he's guilty until proven innocent. That's how the system works, baby. See, they tell the civilians that you innocent until proven guilty. I told y'all about world controlment. This is a way to keep the world at bay. Telling people you're innocent until proven guilty. If you're innocent until proven guilty, then why are you in custody? Jail is for guilty people. Jail is not for innocent people. It's for guilty people. If you in jail and you get found guilty, what they do? They let you out because you're innocent. So, like I said, the whole saying is that you're innocent until proven guilty. But that's what the system tells civilians. Once you become a criminal and you go behind them walls, you know the real meaning. The real meaning is you're guilty until proven innocent. So guess what? All these people that you see locked up on these cases, they are guilty until proven innocent. Lil Durk. He is guilty until proven innocent. If he was innocent, he'd be out making music right now. He'd be somewhere with India doing his thing right now. He is guilty. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? He's guilty. So, anyway, back to it. So like I said, dog want to represent himself. I'm not mad at him at all. He fighting for his life. You know what I'm saying? When you fighting for your life, look, when you catch a case, especially a high profile case, you know what I'm saying? You go do all the research you can, even if you is guilty. You gonna study your case as hard as you fucking can. You gonna try and find a loophole. You're not just gonna lay down and say, you know what? Fuck it, man. They got me. I'm gonna just go ahead and lay down and do my time. That's not the reality. You know what I'm saying? Now, you get found guilty. Yeah, you got to just accept it. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, no. Ain't nobody doing it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody doing it. unless they caught you in the act, or whatever the case was, unless they caught you in the act. Just to say, if you one of them chomos, you know what I'm saying, they caught you on top of a kid or something, you know, they caught you in the act on top of that kid, then you know you're not beating that. So it ain't no point of researching your case, none of that. If you out here on the block and you shoot the ops, and the cops just so happen to be sitting there watching you shooting the damn ops, you shot and killed them. The cops was sitting right there watching everything. Those type of times is the only time you don't do no research on your case. You know it's open and closed, you done. That's the only time that happens. Other than that, if you didn't get caught on the scene, you know what I'm saying, with like with no what can you say? You don't get caught on the scene with no type of evidence that they didn't present to you already, then yeah, you gonna research your case as hard as you can. That just come with it. You gonna be on top of your case every day. You don't got nothing else to do. You in jail. You in jail. You don't got shit to do but research your case. You in there with all these jailhouse lawyers trying to tell you how your case work, how you do this, how you do that. You don't got no choice but to research your case. So I feel dog at this moment. You know what I'm saying? He wanna represent himself because he feel like those attorneys is not gonna work in his favor. Well, the truth of the matter is you got an open and closed case. That's why your attorney's not working for you. When you have an open and closed case, court appointeds, they gonna let you know. See, this is another thing that people don't talk about with court appointeds. They just make you think that court appointeds don't do shit for you. I done told y'all this before with the ASAP Rocky situation. I mean, damn, not ASAP Rocky, the Corey Pritchard situation. Told y'all this before. Court appointeds work harder for you than paid attorneys. Because court appointeds is trying to build their name. Paid attorneys, they already in the game. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. That's just like, compare a Jay-Z to Drake. Jay-Z got on and he chilled out. Drake got on, kept going. Drake is the court appointed. Jay-Z is the paid attorney. This is just examples I'm using. I'm not trying to diss nobody or none of that. This is just an example I'm using. Drake kept going hard, 15 years straight. Now, Jay-Z did his thing too. But like I said, he got up so far and he stopped. Drake got up so far and kept going. Drake is the court appointed. Jay-Z is the paid attorney. That's my point that I'm getting at. The court appointeds, they gonna keep working because they want that name. The paid lawyers, they already got that name. They don't give a fuck. They don't care nothing about you. They not tripping. They just here to collect the check and attach their name to your case. Now, don't get me wrong. Of course, you know, paid attorneys do their part too. But for the most part, court appointeds will have your best interest. Unless it's just a bitch ass court appointed that ain't about shit. You know what I'm saying? But most court appointeds, they there to put in that work because they need that on their resume. It's just like if you start a new job. Excuse me. You start a new job and you like the job, right? You want to keep this job. So guess what you gonna do? You gonna put that work in. You gonna be on it. You ain't gonna be playing no games. Because you want this job. Same thing with the court system. Them court appointeds, they want their job. So they gonna put in their work. Because guess what? If they do so many cases where they not beating them or, you know, getting them good plea deals or none of that shit go on their record. And ain't nobody gonna want to hire them. Ain't nobody gonna want them. They just gonna be forever in the justice system as a court appointed lawyer. And they only pay them like $500 a case. They don't get, you know, no thousands of dollars and shit like that like paid attorneys do. They get like $500-$600 a case. You think these court appointees want to stay there making $400-$500 a case? Or do you think they want to move up in the ranks? just like them paid attorneys did. Them paid attorneys, they started as court appointees too. Everybody got to put their work in. You don't just go to college and then just become this high power attorney. You got to start off as a court appointed as well. Because what they taught you in school is completely different from what's going on in that courtroom. They give you the tools that you need to know in school, but when you get in that courtroom, it's go. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no messing up, ain't no fucking up, ain't none of that. Everything is being recorded. So you got to be on top of your game when you hit that courtroom. And if you're not taking care of your clients, even as a court appointed, guess what? They go against you. So again, my point is, court appointeds work they ass off. Regardless if you want to believe it or not. They do. I know this firsthand. I done had 1,000 fucking court appointments. My cases wasn't that big or none of that, you know what I'm saying? But the truth is, court appointments put in their work. Here in Michigan, we have a court-appointed attorney named David Cripps. If you ever been here in Michigan and the Michigan systems or whatnot, you heard of David Cripps. David Cripps is like the best fucking attorney in Michigan. And he's a court-appointed. Lillian Diallo, that is a woman. She beat murder cases, kidnappings, all type of shit. She is a court-appointed attorney. I mean, you can retain her, you know what I'm saying, as your paid attorney. You can retain David Cripps. But their position is court-appointed attorneys. So stop having this notion thinking that court appointments don't work for you. That ain't how it go. That's the complete opposite. Just like how I said the system tells civilians that you innocent until proven guilty. The system, they turn everything around. But when you get in there, they flip everything back the way I go. Oh no, that's what we told you out there. But in here, this is how it really go. So like I said, when you get in there, you guilty until proven innocent. And your court appointed gonna work harder for you than that paid attorney. This is system politics. So again, I understand where bro coming from. He might think that his attorney's not gonna get him off. Mind you, this is a murder. You know what I'm saying? This is not no, oh, okay, we find you guilty, all right, do 5 years on this murder and you can go home. Like, nigga, it's gonna be life or death. It's life or death for these defendants. So again, they fighting for their life. And he know he got a co-defendant on his case that's cooperating. Why would he sit there quiet, letting other people talk for him? He got to jump up and say something. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is last ride. He got to say something. And I feel him. But at the same time, it's a done deal. They gonna spank his ass even harder. If they do let him represent himself, they gonna spank him even harder. You know why? Because they gonna, if he can represent himself, right? This is what's gonna happen. He gonna go to trial. He gonna represent himself. They gonna fry his ass with questions that he can't answer. They gonna be talking and you know how people call that they is, and he ain't gonna know what the fuck they talking about. They gonna twirl him around so bad, they gonna make him tell on himself. This is another reason why you shouldn't represent yourself. Because if you not, what can you say, political system literate like them, they gonna spin that shit around on you and make you tell on yourself. It's called cross-examination. They gonna get in your ass, they gonna get in your co-defendant's ass, they gonna get in all y'all ass. They're going to be like, well, your co-defendant said this, and you said that. You said this, your co-defendant said that. Cross-examination. And they going to cross his ass up so bad, he ain't going to know what the fuck to say. He going to fuck around and tell on himself. They're going to be like, well, you just told on yourself. This is why you have an attorney to represent you. because your attorney know what them people gonna say. Your attorney know what them people gonna do. You don't. You don't got nothing to do with that system. Your attorney is there with these people every day, with these cases every day. So your attorney know how to handle that. You don't. And you sitting up here slapping the system in the face saying, fuck who y'all sending to defend me. I'm defending myself. They gonna get in your ass. I'm gonna tell you that. I don't tell no lies. I keep everything 100 over here. So if I said it, I meant it. And I'm giving y'all this game before the trial actually happened. So when this shit do unfold and you do see this, you can look back like, damn, Mr. Rolla wasn't lying. He knew what the fuck he was talking about. I told you, it's all one database system. It's all one. It might be different states, different cities, different laws. Yeah, everything different, but it's still the same at the end of the day. What you think extraditions is? They taking you from this state to the next state. It's the same database. They the same people. When they say the police is the biggest gang in the world, they mean that. All of them is together. All of them. Here go an example. Just say you in Michigan, right? Ohio is right up under Michigan. We just gonna use Michigan and Ohio as an example, right? Just say you commit a crime here in Michigan, right? And then you jump on the highway on 75 South, and you flee straight to Ohio. The police on your ass. You figure if you cross state lines, you good. That ain't how it works. They can cross state lines with you, but they usually don't because they judicial laws or whatnot. So they probably won't cross that line. This is what they gonna do. They gonna call Ohio maybe 20, 30 minutes before you get there to cross that line. They gonna call them and tell them, you coming over there, you crossing that line. Why is that? Because they all together. So they can do that. They can call Ohio and say, hey, this black Charger flying down 75 right now, coming y'all way. And guess what? Soon as your ass cross that line, Ohio on your ass. They booking you. They gonna book you and they gonna extradite you back to Michigan. Why is that? Because it's all one system. It's fucked up, man. But to Davion Murphy, again, I get where you coming from, but your ass is cooked. And at this point, yeah, you might as well represent yourself, because it's over with. So I ain't mad at you, but at the same time, you don't got no fight in this game. It is what it is. It's been another live stream of Roll Up a Pull Up. So get your blunts rolled and your drink poured.